So on this day in 1988, Arsenal won the Football League Centenary Trophy. Do you remember that? Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over again, which features everything to do with Arsenal. Now in this video I just want to look back on this day, the 9th of October 1988, which saw us win the Football League Centenary Trophy. It was a one-off competition that year to celebrate the 100th birthday of the Football League, and we ended up becoming victorious and lifting the trophy. Just before I get into all that, I just want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. If you like what I do, please click the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as well, because it really does help it to grow. And also as well, if you've got any comments about this particular tournament, this win that we had, or anything to do with Arsenal at all, please drop it in the comments box below, because I do love to hear what you guys think about all things to do with Arsenal as well. So I say this day, 1988, the 9th of October, Arsenal lifted the Football League Centenary Trophy. I say it was a competition that was put together to celebrate the 100th birthday of the Football League, and it was a knockout competition involving the teams that had finished in the top 8 positions in the first division from the previous year. So we qualified by virtue of finishing 6th, of course, behind champions Liverpool, so we took our place in the quarter-final. Now the competition started at the beginning of the season. Actually, it was in the first midweek after the opening weekend of the season. Our first game was away at Queen's Park Rangers. It was played on the 31st of August, and we did win 2-0. I don't know if any of you guys were at that game. It was quite a low attendance. I think only about 10,000 people were there. It was a decent game. Arsenal scored early on through Tony Adams, and then sealed the victory in the last 10 minutes with a goal from Brian Marwood, which completed a good start to the season for us, of course, because we'd beaten Wimbledon 5-1 on the opening day of the league season just 3 or 4 days before. In the other sort of ties across that round, champions Liverpool had beaten Nottingham Forest 4-1 at Anfield. Manchester United, who had finished runners-up, they beat Everton 1-0 at Old Trafford. And Newcastle, who had finished 8th, beat Wimbledon, who had finished 7th. They beat them 1-0 at St James's Park after extra time. The crowds actually were very low across the tournament, and our semi-final game against Liverpool, which was played on the 20th of September at Highbury, attracted the highest crowd of the whole competition, which was just under 30,000. So despite it being a good competition for the 100th birthday of the Football League, and obviously involving all the top 8 sides from the previous season, the crowds never really got behind it, which was a shame, because there were some great games actually in it. And that semi-final against Liverpool was a really good game at Highbury. I don't know whether or not any of you guys were there at that game either, but it was a really good game. Arsenal led at half time. It was a typical Arsenal goal at the time, a near post corner flicked on by Alan Smith, and it was Perry Groves who came in at the far post to turn the ball home to put us 1-0 up. It was quite a changed Liverpool team. They had a few players missing, but they did get an equaliser 10 minutes from time. It was Steve Staunton who scored that, and it looked as though it might go to extra time actually. But it was Brian Marwood who won it for us just 2 or 3 minutes later. A great volley actually from the edge of the box. Brian Marwood, of course, scored a lot of goals in the early part of that season, very important goals as well, of course. We'd go on to win the league, of course, later on that season. So we got through that 2-1, a really good game that was. The following night, Manchester United played Newcastle at Old Trafford in the other semi-final, a game that went to extra time before Manchester United finally won 2-0 with goals from Steve Bruce and Brian McClare. The attendance actually at Old Trafford was just 15,000, which was the lowest crowd at Old Trafford for a competitive game for many years, and I'm assuming it's probably the lowest crowd since as well. I can't remember there being a lower crowd than that over the last sort of 32 years at Old Trafford. So I say the tournament was not very well supported, which was a shame. So anyway, the final was played at Villa Park, which was considered one of the traditional, obviously, old stadiums in the Football League, of course, from the very early days. Again, the crowd figure wasn't very high. I think it was about 22,000. The weather didn't help. It was chucking it down with rain all day, but it actually was a really good game. I'm glad I went to it actually, because one, it is an opportunity to see Arsenal win a trophy, but also it was, I say, a very good game as well. Arsenal actually played well in the final. In the first half in particular, we scored twice in 2 minutes to take control just before half time. Paul Davies scored the first goal, and then Michael Thomas ran through in typical style to score the second. In fact, Paul Davies it was who gave the assist for that goal. I think this was the last game that Paul Davies played before his 9-match ban, if you remember, for the incident with Glenn Cockrell against Southampton at Highbury back in August. In the second half, Manchester United came far more into the game. It became quite an end-to-end game actually. They put us under a bit of pressure. We always looked dangerous on a counter-attack. Man United did pull a goal back 6 minutes from time. It was Clayton Blackmore who scored. Manchester United then threw everything at us actually to try to get the equaliser, take it to extra time. They thought they had in the last minute. Gordon Strachan had an effort which looked like it was heading into the goal, but it was Lee Dixon cleared it off the line, and we managed to hold on and win 2-1. Now the winners of that tournament actually won £50,000 in prize money, which now doesn't necessarily sound that much, but back in 1988 was a decent sum to win. So it was a good tournament for Arsenal to win. It was a trophy on the sideboard, and of course it would be I suppose the opening act, if you like, for us that season, because of course we would go on, as I said, to win the league championship, our first league title for 18 years, the 9th one in our history. So it's a great way for us to celebrate the 100th year of the Football League by, of course, winning the title. What better way is there than that? So that's a little video there. I thought I'd just do that just to remember this day, say 1988, where we did win the Football League Centenary Tournament, which was sponsored by Mercantile Credit. And it was a great tournament for us to win, as I say. I really enjoyed it. It was a shame, I say, the crowds were maybe low. The final was a really good game. If you were there, please drop your comments in the box. Let me know your memories of that day, apart from the rain and a little bit of crowd trouble, of course, as well, as there tended to be when Arsenal played Manchester United back then. But it was a good game, I say, a good trophy for Arsenal to win. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel as well, because it does really help it to grow and get noticed. Thanks for all my new subscribers as well. I think there's a few over the last week in particular, some new subscribers, so welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing. I do a lot of stuff on history of the club, you know, previous games from the past, such as this video, and also as well, of course, all the latest news and everything else that's going on, you know, the current matches and player profiles and lots of different stuff. And of course, last night I had a live Positive Arsenal podcast. I had some great guests on. We had some great debates as well about everything that's been going on at the club over the last week or so, you know, our start to the season and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. It was a good show. We had a lot of laughs as well along the way, and that was really good. And coming up next week, actually, I'm going to be doing a show with a former Arsenal player as well, which I'm really excited about. And I'm sure you guys will like that as well. I haven't got the date actually nailed down yet. I'm still working on that, but I'm hoping it should be next week in the build up to the Manchester City game. So stay tuned to the channel for that. I'll be putting some stuff out about that probably in the early part of next week, or even over the weekend if I can get that organised by then. So that's that for today then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support for the channel. So please leave your comments in the box, as it's much appreciated. As I say, especially if you remember this tournament and if you went to any of the games, because I went to them all and I enjoyed them all. And of course, it's great when Arsenal win a trophy, isn't it? No matter what trophy it is, and it is, and it was, of course, much more prestigious than the Audi Cup. We need to remember that as well. So that's that for today then. Of course, as always, we always finish the same way on this channel. Come on, you Gunners!